AITA for demanding that my husband pays half of the takeaway food we order? My husband, 40M, and I, 35F, have very different jobs. Basically, I make double than what he does and he argues that I should pay for takeaway food, especially because I am the wife and it is my role to cook. Therefore, if I cannot cook, then I should make up for it by paying for takeaways, since he already shares the split bill for food, groceries, and rent. To give you a little bit of context, I have just taken on a new role at the start of this month, as a head of department, with 6 new members of staff and a lot of loose ends to tie from previous leadership. We both wake up at 4:30 a.m. and while he gets home at around 3:30 p.m., I find myself arriving around 5:30 p.m. on a light day. His job involves food processing and while it is a laborious process, when he leaves his workplace, that's the end of the day for him, whereas I come home and continue working from home, including weekends, until around 9 p.m., when I just pass out as I am too tired. For him, home time means 90% being on his phone/laptop watching videos and playing games, making coffees and smoking his cigarettes. I am not going to lie and say he never helps. He does clean the bathroom and hoovers occasionally, once a month, and does the dishes, not without complaining though. Now it has come to the point where a few months ago, while he had one too many drinks, he told everyone at the table that he was investing all his money in my A*S. This is when I started downloading every single receipt for grocery, phone bills, rent, Uber drives, takeaways, holiday accommodations, plane tickets, etc. all paid by me. His argument is that some of those trips were things that I wanted to do or see, which is why I never reproached anything to him. However, the fishing trip that he wanted so much also came out of my own pocket and I never asked him a dime for it. Last month, as we were mostly on holiday, he only contributed with around $200 towards monthly expenses with rent, food and bills, which again, I did not complain about, as I knew that he wasn't paid for most of that month. But now, once he is working, he is refusing to give me anything that is beyond rent, bills and groceries, stating that I am the woman of the house and it is my job to do the cooking. I told him that I am spread thin these days until everything is more streamlined with everything at work, and that maybe he could cook every now and then or heat some ready-made food, microwave or oven, but he asked me what was the point of him getting married if he was going to do the cooking himself? So, AITA for wanting the bills to be shared equally, if both of us are eating? Also, not one single time when I asked him about ordering, did he mention the fact that I would have to pay for all of it. In certain instances, he was even the one asking me to order food. Edit. Having read the post that was shared here earlier, I noticed a few differences though. They were both going 50-50 for everything, including holidays, plane tickets, etc. I paid this summer alone around $3,000 of my own money, and he didn't contribute with anything. I didn't even ask him to. Also, 90% of the clothes and shoes he has, I buy them for him, which I don't think was the situation where the wife had to max out her credit cards. I only pointed out the half split when he started keeping the money to himself, rather than contributing to shared things, only because I thought I was being taken advantage of. Whenever he has some money, he will spend it on some fishing gear, which he already has plenty of, or other gadgets. I, on the other hand, put money into a savings account which will go towards a house for US, whenever there will be enough for a deposit. I am not trying to play the victim card, but rather to understand if it should be me paying for the takeaways to compensate for the fact that I don't have time to cook. Edit number 2. For those wondering why we have separate finances, it is because whenever he had access to some money, he just spent it on boilies, twisters, baits, etc. Trust issues, red flags, I know. Also, for those wondering why I am still with him or what I get out of this marriage, it's simple, I love him. I suggested counseling, but he laughed in my face, saying I'm crazy and he doesn't need someone else to tell him what to do, when he already knows what he wants. I will suggest the 1/3-2/3 split for all shared bills though. Not sure what to do about holidays and other expenses though. I feel that he will still expect me to pay for those, so we'll need to sit down and have a long conversation about expectations. Edit number 3, and hopefully the last one. Having spoken to him, we decided that moving forward, he will pay 1/3 of everything shared and I would pay the rest, but he will have to cook around 3 times a week during the week. I cook during weekends anyway. As for the rest, I think he is reconsidering his views about gender roles, as I've shown him what everyone has been saying here. Thank you kindly, especially to those who took their time to give me suggestions and say something helpful.